fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing? So today we're going to be talking about all the new indie makeup releases from the past week or so and my personal opinion on them. I do this video every single Sunday. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know that and you watch every week, and I really appreciate that, and I love reading your comments and talking to you guys. But if you are new to my channel, this is a weekly series, and I just really like to shine a little spotlight on a lot of indie brands because there's so much cool stuff out there that doesn't get talked about enough, and there's always so much stuff being released, so I just like to talk about whether I'm gonna buy it or not. And I think that's, wait, no, I wanted to mention that this video is inspired by Angelica Nikis and Samantha March, so I will have them linked down below. I definitely recommend checking them out if you haven't already. And also every account that I use for pictures and information will be in the description box as well. So before we jump into like things that I don't have, I wanted to mention this really quickly because I talked about the Glam Lite times Alondra Dessey palette last week, but there was not a full reveal yet until after when I was editing it, so I did add the picture in, but I didn't get to say my full thoughts, and it's actually already here, so I figured I would mention it really quickly. I did go ahead and buy this even though I'm affiliated with Glam Lite. I wanted it, so I didn't know if they were going to send it to me or not, but I just went ahead and purchased it because I thought it was beautiful. So this is just a really beautiful warm neutral palette. Do you need another warm neutral palette? Do I need another warm neutral palette? No, but the reason I really love Glam Lite and like I've like literally fallen in love with their eyeshadows is because they have this really intense metallic like wet formula, and some of the shimmer shades like in their other palettes, it kind of, well actually all their palettes, it kind of goes back and forth. Like there's some like regular that are just shimmers, and then there's like some that are like the most amazing metallic ever, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this is so good. Like probably one of my favorite metallic formulas ever. And the reason I'm extra excited about this one, because you can't really tell from pictures, you have to actually swatch it and feel it to know, is that every single shimmer in here, except for these two up top, these two are a little bit more calm and they're like regular shimmer shades, but all of these are that really intense sparkly wet metallic. So I'm really excited about it. There's a lot of coppers, this really pretty like greeny gold, a really bright pink. I will say, I wanted to mention, I talked about the Glam Lite Miracle palette, and I'm still partial to this one, and I still really love it because the cause behind it, and I love the more pinky tones in here. But I will say that there are a lot of similar shades here, like a lot of the coppers. The metallic pinks are pretty close. The one in the Miracle palette is just a little bit lighter. But I did really like this, and I went ahead and bought it, so I just figured I would mention it to you guys. If you want to see a tutorial or review or anything, let me know. I also grabbed the Royalty palette. I do have a code with Glam Lite. It is just AMYLOVES. That's what all my codes are. So if you are like me, if you forget things, if you have mom brain, or just life is hectic and crazy, I don't remember codes, because some people, they have like, oh, my code is Nicole, and this one is Nicole Loves, and this one is Nicole 10, and this one's Nicole 15, and I'm like, girl, I'm not gonna remember that. So that's why like whenever a brand like asks to give me a code, I'm like, can it just be AMYLOVES? Always AMYLOVES, because I just know who I am as a person. But anyways, I don't want to be, I've thought about like maybe in videos just always like not saying it out loud, but just putting it in like a little corner and saying like code AMYLOVES in case I'm talking about something you can save money on, because I just don't want to be annoying or repetitive. And when a brand offers like, do you want an affiliate code or even not an affiliate code, I'm always like, yeah, sure. Like, why would I say no to that? Like, because it's like, you guys get to save money. Like sometimes, yeah, I make a commission, like that's cool and all, but even if I don't, like, I just like the idea of codes because it's like, oh, if you like this, you can save 15%. It's just easy. Even like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like Sigma, I have a code with them and I barely ever talk about it because there are so many better deals. Like Sigma, like they always have better coupon codes. So it's like, I'm not going to tell you like, use AMYLOVES if you're making a purchase, unless it's just like, you know, they don't have anything else going on. But majority of the time you can save like 20%, 30%, 40%. You can save $10 off if you sign up to their email. So honestly, like, yeah, I like to make a little bit of money. Duh, everyone does. But I want you guys to be able to save money too at the same time. So anyways, let me know, do you care if I say it out loud? Do you care, or is it okay like if I just put it in a little box, probably on this side, a little box, it just like pops up when I'm editing? Would you prefer that? I would like to know. So anyways, long little rampage. I keep saying a little rampage. It's a tangent. Oh my gosh, I drive myself crazy. Okay, So I actually went through and screenshotted everything I want to talk about this week just to make it easy, and hopefully I'm not here forever because I'm tired. It's cold too. Like, if you guys don't know, I film in my basement and it's like really cold, and like I had the brilliant idea to bring my heated blanket into my filming space, so I feel a little bit better. But I don't know, whenever it's cold I just feel extremely lazy. So let's just go ahead. I'm gonna scoot on over. I love that I've been filming for 9 minutes and I've literally only talked about one thing. Alright, so the very first thing, this is from DJB Cosmetics, and I'm not really familiar with them. They started tagging my Instagram, my Indie Makeup Spotlight Instagram, and I just paid attention. They are a new brand and they are coming out with an eyeshadow palette, and you can see 4 shades so far, and I really like, I don't know, I feel like it seems a little bit like a soft, like nice, I don't know, it seems soft. That's how I feel about it so far. I really like the rose shade and the periwinkle, and then there's like a light, like camely brown and a light, very light brown. Anyways, not sure if I'm going to pick this up or not. It really depends on the rest of the colors, because there's going to be 5 more, but I just figured I would mention to you guys that I'm keeping my eyes open, seeing what they're going to come out with and everything like that, and I do think the shades are pretty so far. It depends. If it gets really brown, then it's probably going to be a pass. Next, I wanted to mention that Touch of Glam Beauty is coming out with a few different highlighters, and they are so cute. All different really amazing patterns, candy corn, pumpkins. Like, I just love it so much. They posted a picture from someone else that they had like a highlighter, and it was like a snowman, and I literally died. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Like, I want a highlighter snowman, and I went on their website right away and it's not available for purchase, and my heart broke a little bit inside. But I really appreciate the uniqueness of their products, but I feel like they're still pretty, for the most part, affordable, and they do sales and everything like that. So I really like this. I'm curious about it. I actually ordered a like mystery box from them. I feel like when indie brands do mystery things, it makes me really happy, especially if it's a brand I haven't tried. It makes it so much easier, because sometimes I get overwhelmed. Like, there's so many things and I don't know what to start with, and I'm like, I end up not placing an order because I get so overwhelmed. So when there's a mystery bag, I'm like, yes, makes it so much easier for me. So I think that's really beautiful, and I wanted to share. Next, Breaking Beauty Cosmetics is coming out with a bunch of matte shades, and they did a little sneak peek here, and I think these look beautiful. They are going to be sold individually, so you know, it just whatever shades speak to you, you can buy on their own. But I think like the periwinkle, the dark purple, the light purple, the red, I think it looks pretty. I think all these colors that they have specifically put together in this picture look really nice together. So I'm curious about what they are coming out with and what else shades they're going to have, and the formula and everything like that. I've never tried them before. Another quick little sneaky peeky from Dominique Cosmetics, and we saw last week, I talked about, they like showed the berry colored box, and I'm very excited to see what it's going to be. And I'm hoping, like, I've wanted to try Dominique Cosmetics and nothing has really spoken to me, so I'm hoping this is the one that's going to make it. So they showed this little teaser that those pants are going to be a slightly different shape, which I think is kind of cool, and it might look, I don't know, I'm interested to see what the palette is going to look like, and I'm interested to see what the colors are. So next, I want to talk about a palette that has definitely, it's got me intrigued. So this is the new Devinah Cosmetics Secret Diaries palette, and I'll admit, okay, they showed a like little sneak peek. Actually, Angela Marie Tanner showed a little picture of one of the green shades swatched, and that was the first picture, and I was like, oh, like, is it going to be like a green palette? Like, I was very excited about it, so I kind of built that up in my mind. So when I saw this, I was kind of like, that's not exactly what I was thinking of, and it kind of took us a moment to set in. But then I was like, the more I look at this, the more I like it. So there's a row, the very top row is cool tone shades. I really like that. There's like a really beautiful blue, and then like some grays, which I don't wear grays very often ever, but I'm here for it in this palette. And then the second row is like green, and there's a bright yellow, and I don't know, I really like that too, and I like the tones of the greens. And then the last row is a really vibrant like berries. So I feel like this is unique. I'm excited about it, and I think I'm probably going to end up buying it. I actually have a huge Devinah order, sitting in my car right now because Angelica Nikis just did a video on her favorite Devinah products, and there were already a bunch that I wanted to try, and I have made 2 small orders from Devinah, but I've been so impressed with everything so far that I'm like, I need to go in and do this right and get a bunch of shades. And not that I don't have enough shades of eyeshadow, but I like this. I think I'm gonna buy it. Next, we have a little sneak peek from Sparrow Cosmetics, and this is their new Forever highlighter, and I'm not sure when this is going to be available, but it looks really, really beautiful. It just looks like a soft metallic white shade, and I'm like, of course, I know I already have that in my collection, but I do think it's really pretty. It looks nice. So I just wanted to mention that if you have not tried Sparrow Cosmetics, their highlighters are really nice. They are a little bit on the powdery side, but they're very, very blinding, and I just enjoy them. I think I have like 10 of them. They did send me some, and then I went and purchased some myself, so I really like them and definitely recommend checking them out. Okay, I don't know how I feel. So last week we talked about the new Dose of Color Snow Angels palette, which I'm definitely buying, and then they released that they're coming out with another, well, it's actually already available, another one of their like little 5-pan palettes, and it is the Pretty Cool palette. And last week I literally said, I'm like, I'm out of the mindset, like I don't need to buy things just to complete my collection, but then I'm like, oh man, okay, so it's tempting because I want to complete my collection. I'm a hypocrite, I know. I'm not going to buy it for that reason though. I just want to say I understand the want to have them all together, and also I love this formula so much, like some of my favorite mattes. But looking at this, I feel like if I had it in my collection, I don't know how much I would use it, but I really don't own that many cool toned shadows. The only cool toned, like truly cool toned palette I have is the Naked Smoky palette, and I use that on rare occasion, but it's literally my favorite, like for a cool toned eye. I love the Naked Smoky, so I feel like I know I don't need it because I wouldn't pick it up very often, but also it would kind of be unique in my collection. And I really love the formula, so I'm probably gonna pass on it though. Probably. I feel like I wish that they had gone a little bit more adventurous with some of the shades. Some of them seem a little bit too close together, but I like that it's here. I think that there's definitely more room for more just like super, like just easy cool tone palettes. So I'm not mad at it, although I will say, like, it's called Pretty Cool, and I'm like, they ruined it, because like all the other ones are like, there's Baked Browns, Blushing Berries, Marvelous Mauves, and Sassy Siennas, and then they do Pretty Cool. Like, is there not another C that you could think of? Let me think. Crazy Cool. No, that's kind of lame. Completely Cool. No, that's kind of long. Clearly Cool. Cool Coffee. Cool Coffee. You could do that. Coffee Cafe Cool. Cool Cafe. Cool Cafe. I feel like you could have done that because it's browns and grays. Well, coffee's not exactly gray, but I just feel like there could have been a better name than Pretty Cool. That's all I'm saying. Alright, so next I want to talk about a palette that has me kind of intrigued. So this is the Future Grunge palette from NoctexCosmetics. And alright, so I will show you the picture. You can see some of the swatches, and you can see it in the pan. And I feel like it doesn't look as cool in the palette. Like, I think it looks nice. It's definitely interesting. Some like different little tones. Still more of a neutral palette, but then like originally what I saw is the swatches on the eyes and them all blended out, and I don't know if it's just like the white mascara and the white brows that make it really stand out, but when I saw this I was like, wow, these colors look so beautiful, so unique, and like such an interesting color story. But then I look at it in the pan, I'm like, nah, is it that interesting? But then I look at the pictures again, I'm like, wow, I really want that. And I'm like, do I really want that? Yes, I want it, as I go back and forth between the pictures. So I don't know how to feel about this. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. I think that the campaign pictures that they did, like for a small indie brand, like going through their Instagram, I thought it was like a really nice aesthetic, very, very interesting, and I like the idea of like future grunge. Like I like the idea of it. So next, I'm a little confused. So Makeup Geek collaborated with Marste Marste is a fashion brand and it's owned by Marlena, so they're both Marlena's brands and they collaborated. I guess maybe it's supposed to like build hype because of Marste like just launching, but also it doesn't quite make sense. Like she collaborated with herself, if that makes sense, and it's all eyeshadows that are in the line already. But there's good and bad things to this, so I will try and put a picture on the screen. There are literally 9 different pre-made palettes, all already in the collection, and I feel like almost all of them are just a bunch of neutrals, and then there's like 3 pops of color in each one. So it's kind of like I would like to get like more, but also I just none of them really spoke to me except for one, which was the green palette. But even the green palette, I already owned some of the shades in there individually, and also it's just like half neutral, half green. Katie Marie, Lady Katie on Instagram, she actually commented and she's like, why are so many brands coming out with palettes that are like neutral and then there's like 3 greens? Like, why can't we have a true green palette? And I'm like, I didn't even think about it like that, but seriously, that's so true. So I'm gonna pass on this, but the reason I'm confused, even more than them just collaborating with themselves, is that it started out and it was $35. It literally launched like 5 days ago, and I checked the Makeup Geek website last night and they're already on sale for $28. And then they do have affiliate codes now, so you can get it for like, I think like $23 or something, which is a really good price for 9 Makeup Geek eyeshadows. Like, I don't even know how they're doing it. Like, I'm not sure if it's like full size or what. Especially because palettes of this size in the past have been like $50. Like, it took literally like 4 days for it to go on sale. Like, if I had bought it originally and then saw like 3 days later that it was already like $7 off, I would have been like, what the heck? Like, what the heck? That's not cool. So I'm confused. Maybe they just didn't sell well at all. I think a lot of people thought these were boring. So I don't know. I want to see Makeup Geek do well, but I feel like it's like they're kind of out of touch with what consumers want. WeH Cosmetics is coming out with a Halloween palette, and by the time you're seeing this, it'll already have launched. I think that this is pretty. I really like the matte shades in there. I like the shimmery shades. And I think when I look at it as a whole, I'm like, wow, I really like that. But when I kind of zoom in and like look at each color, I'm like, I know I already have these colors in my collection. So I think I'm gonna pass. I think it looks really beautiful. There is like a glitter in there, which I'm like really not down for pressed glitter. And the shades look like they swatched beautifully, but I don't know. Honestly, I think it's definitely one of those things where the pops of colors are really getting to me. And if I just take the time to like kind of literally all I have to do is cover my finger over the light green and the orange, and I'm like, I think I could pass. So I think I'm not gonna buy it, but I do think it's really beautiful. And if you're like looking for a Halloween palette or you like these colors, I did want to mention it. Next, something I'm very, very excited about is from WeH Cosmetics. They are coming out with their own palette. They've done lots of bundles. They have like 8 million single shadows. They are killing it, but they have not came out with like a true palette. So I'm excited about this. It's gonna have 15 shades, and it is called the Autumn Rain palette. And they've showed some sneak peeks. You can actually see they've only showed like close-up swatches of 2 of the shades, but in the one I'm showing you, you can see 4 shades. There's like a mauve color, which I really like. There's a deep purple, a deep metallic purple, and then like a taupey metallic shade. And I like this, but automatically like this looks so much like the Colored Rain Queen of Hearts palette to me. So I'm curious to see where they go with this, because at this point I feel like that's what it makes me think of. Here, I actually pull this out and put it right in front of me so I can actually start using it, because I forget about it all the time. But you can see it here. It has like that mauve shade. It has the metallic purple, the deep purple, and then like this taupey shade. So that's what it reminded me of right away. So I'm curious to see what else is going to be in the palette, if it's going to be my cup of tea. I really do want it to be, because I want to support them and I really love their brand. But if it's not, at the end of the day, it's not a huge deal, because they have so many single shadows. I know I can get exactly what I want and it's not a big deal if I don't like it, I guess that's what I mean, but I am excited to see what's going to happen. I think that's mostly everything I had for indie brands today. I think so. I'm going through my screenshots and I just switched over to Trend Mood now. And Colourpop released a new foundation. It is a no filter stick foundation, and there are 30 shades. It's a buildable formula that can be used to cover, conceal, contour, and touch up throughout the day. Weightless, comfortable, flawless finish. So, I actually already ordered this morning because I watched Kathleen Light's video on it and I thought it looked really nice, and it got dewy throughout the day, and I was like, yes, I'm here for it. So that is all I ordered. I didn't get anything else. I just used like a $5 code, and I think I paid $10.99 for the foundation. So I already bought it, but I did want to say it always makes me laugh when people come out with a stick foundation and they say that it can be used for concealer, for foundation, or for contour. And I think like 30 shades is decent. But if you're going to advertise this for like contouring and for concealer, like, okay, for the lightest shades, like concealer, like the lightest shade, it looks like it's going to be good for my skin tone, but it doesn't look like it's going to highlight at all. So it's like, I can't really use anything for concealer. And then like most of the like medium shades that like if you had a light skin tone and you wanted to contour with, they look very warm. It doesn't look like any contour colors. And then like if you have a super deep skin tone, you might be able to find a concealer shade that works for you, but like the contour, again, I don't know if you'd find it. Just what I mean in general by this is 30 shades, like that's good for a foundation, like starting off. Like I think everyone could find something close that they can make work. And it looks like there's a good gradient here, but 30 shades and then to say like this is for concealer, this is for foundation, this is for contour, like no, it's not. Like you're just trying to sell more shades, you're trying to make more money. It doesn't work. Not for everyone. So that's just what I was thinking. I mean, I'm not like mad at it or anything, it's just my point of view. So next, WeH Cosmetics is coming out with the Royal Affair palette, and this looks pretty. I like it. I think that it looks really nice, and it's about the same, it looks like the same size as the Weekend Festival palette, which I really love. I thought that one was so good. The only thing here is that I just don't really like the colors. Like I like them, like I think that it's interesting. It's a nice mix. I think that there's some cool tones, some warm tones. There's like a pop of green, which I think is pretty. Like I don't hate it, but I just don't feel the need to buy it. Next, WeH is coming out with the Making Magic Ultra Foiled Eyeshadow Palette. I'm confused. I'm really confused. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, I know people went crazy for their Skinny Dip foiled shadows, so maybe it's the same formula. But if that's true, like I understand them doing a foiled palette if people love their foiled shadows, but literally half of these shades look like they were already done in the Skinny Dip palette. Like all the like bronzy, goldy shades, like those look like they were done. And then there's like a pop of blue, a pop of purple, a light pink. Like I just don't get it. I feel like if you, I don't know how to say it. I just feel like this is a big pass for me. I want to try something from WeH, but I feel like everything they come out with is just like, nah, like it's been done before, or it doesn't make sense. And it's like a full palette of metallic shades. Like I get it if people are like loving your metallic formula, but like I said, those particular shades they have literally already done before. So I guess I should just thank them because their lack of creativity or coming out with things that really speak to me is helping me save money. That's the best way I can look at it. Alright, so next, WeH Cosmetics is coming out with a new brush set. I'm not sure what it's called exactly, but it's already available, and this is really cute. It's 6 brushes, it retails for $13, and it's going from a light to a dark pink in a gradient. And the reason I like this is because 20% of the profits from the brushes for the entire month of November are going to help fight breast cancer, so I like that. I like a good cause, and I think that these are pretty, and I like WeH Cosmetic brushes a lot. I have a lot of Holy Grail ones from WeH Cosmetics, so I'm tempted to buy this, but also I know I don't need to make an order. So Morphe, they are coming out with a whole like holiday collection, and nothing really speaks to me except for one palette, which I'll show you. And I like this. I think it's pretty. I like a lot of the shades in here. I will say, like, I thought I was gonna buy it, but then the more I look at it, I'm like, no, it's really just the pops of color. I mean, I like half the palette, and I like that there's like cool tones and there's like a little bit of warmth, but it's kind of mostly colors. So I like this, but I know I don't need it, so I think I'm actually gonna pass on this, even though originally I thought I was gonna buy it. And then next, just a little bit of makeup news. The Anastasia Beverly Hills times Amrezy highlighter is coming back. Thank goodness. It's so good. Like, this is the highlighter, like, I was able to make it work for my skin tone, and I've seen women of color with very deep skin be able to wear this too, so I think that's amazing. Like, such a range of skin tones can wear this, and it's blinding. It's beautiful. I have a whole video on it if you want to check it out. I'll leave it in the cards here, but I just wanted to tell you guys that because I'm very excited about it. And then the last thing I have to talk about is that Wet n Wild is coming out with some new liquid catsuit eyeshadows. There's a bunch of different formulas here, and I'm really not interested in any except for the one shade, which is called Fairy Tale Ending. I really like the metallic formula. I think it's really beautiful. I own pretty much all the shades, and I did a video reviewing them and everything. And these are available on the Wet n Wild website now, but I don't know. I feel like cream and matte shades, I'm kind of like, nah. Like, do I really need a liquid matte shade? I really feel like I don't. So that's a pass for me for the most part. I might grab the one if I make an order from Wet n Wild, but for the most part, no. So that is everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.